Good afternoon. My name is Veronica McCulloch, and this was a case study for Special Education 741 in the fall of 2022. The background of my case study student is Nolan. He is a 14-year-old freshman. He has ADHD and an intellectual disability. He's in the functional program. He receives modified instruction in small groups, and he is adopted. When I interviewed him, he likes reading, but he wants to get better with his spelling. He's described as loving, happy, and very friendly. He loves school and his teachers and loves to move around and ride his scooter. When I gave him the beginning decoding survey phonics assessment, as you can see, the results of the assessment are here on the left. The results are he read 33 out of 50 words correctly, showed weaknesses in placing sounds where they did not belong, which indicated that he had a severe decoding weakness. Now, me as the teacher, I would look at this data and then make a plan from it. So the plan from this would be intensive phonics instruction in a small group setting, working on decoding skills, and using a hands-on approach. Now, if you remember, I did say that he had ADHD, and using a hands-on approach is very important for those students. On the next assessment that I gave him was decoding. So this was the nonsense word fluency portion of it. He could sound out the words, but then he struggled to blend them together. He also switched around a few B's and D's. My plan for him is going to be giving him a multi-sensory approach with decoding words. So he needs something that he can touch and feel and move around, also in a small group setting. He was also given a decoding assessment. These are the phoneme segmentation fluency. These are regular words that you would see every day. The previous one was the nonsense words, and this one is the real words. The results of this were he made simple mistakes due to rushing. He rushed through this. He did not take it seriously, and so he ended up with mistakes that he should not have made. He needs support in building confidence in higher level text. So my plan for instruction based on these results are to provide books that span multiple content areas, matching his reading level, and building confidence by reading repetition. So reading the same things again and again and again will give him the confidence to build up his fluency. The core vocabulary assessment, the results are here on the left. As you can see, the results, the strategic scoring range, he got 16 correct and 14 incorrect. He struggled with the more complex vocabulary words. He got 16 correct, 14 incorrect. And so the plan for this instruction is going to be using the linear vocabulary strategy. That is down here. So what you do is you take an original word, make a synonym, an in-between word, the large synonym, which is the synonym of the original antonym, and then use an antonym. So you have the original word, an antonym, a synonym, and in between. And this helps build vocabulary. The core reading maze comprehension assessment. My plan for instruction on this one is that he needs more practice and repetition of reading passages at his level. Lower passages will help with comprehension. The results of this assessment were 18 correct, 12 incorrect. He scored in the benchmark performance range. He read aloud, and the race car was read independently. What I did here is I gave him one assessment, which is the one on the left. That is the one where I read it to him. The one on the right is where he had 3 minutes and he had to read it by himself. If you look at the difference between the two and how many mistakes were made, you can definitely tell that read aloud is one of the accommodations that he needs. The fluency assessment I did at a 3rd grade level. And for Nolan, he was given 1 minute. He read 26 words with 10 errors, and he can read 16 words per minute based off of his performance on this. That is a typical result of a kindergarten reader. Now, he is in the functional room and he has an intellectual disability and ADHD. So it is not uncommon for a lot of my students to actually read at a kindergarten level. My plan for instruction here means he needs repeated instruction for basic sight words, the use of pictures with the sight words until he gains confidence with them, and to choose books that are interesting to him and practice reading them repeatedly.